we need that sometimes to get through our day. Most other people don't like people. Then I just
Right.
don't okay. I just don't understand when people say they don't like people, but you work in customer service. You work
Well,
with people.
okay. Let
You
me
work with
explain.
people.
I'm not a people person. I'm really not. However, I can get along with anybody, and I love working with older people and children.
Oh, I can't do
But
people.
it's like
Mm-mm.
people that are around my age sometimes, and that little, I don't know if it's the millennials or whatever it is, some of them, they tear my nerves up in the sense of they think they know everything, and when you're trying to tell them something, they don't listen. So it's like it tears my nerves up, because I'm trying to give you the advice and the help that you need, and you still gonna say that you know. That's like me telling you, okay, don't go that way because it's a wall right there. And
But
you
you
like,
still
I
ain't
know it, I
going.
know it, and then you still keep going, and then you hit the wall, and then you turning around and looking at me like I didn't tell you it was a wall right there. Like, but you knew. Right? You knew it was a wall because I told you, but you still gonna go and then turn around and get mad at me. See, that's what I mean when I don't like people like that.
All
That's
right.
what it is.
So I am more like so I don't like elderly people, right? I love when they respect me, I expect you to respect me. But the minute you get out of hand, like you know what? Because I understand, you gotta give this up to your elders. But the minute you call me out my name, and the minute you disrespect me, Miss Ma'am, we got to go to and so because you not gonna disrespect me like because I work in a place where how can I say this? I work in a rich area,
Mhm.
and I got people who do not look like me, who are
Mhm.
Caucasian,
Mhm.
think they know it all. Oh, because I'm young, I'm supposed to respect you. You can call me out my name. You can shout, you can scream, you can curse at me. You are barking up the wrong tree. And
Well, I think that is the older generation, like my parents type generation, that think that way, because I have an uncle who is like that. He feels like just because he's older that we are supposed to simply respect him, what he says and what he does and how he talks to you. And I'm like, sir, that's not how that goes. You have to give the respect that you're asking for. You can't demand it. If you say something to someone that they don't like, you can't get upset when they're telling you that they don't like what you said and how you handle the situation, because there's a right and a wrong way to handle it. And he blew up recently. Him and my son got into an argument because he was talking to my son. My youngest son is 22 years old,
hmm
and so he was asking my son a couple of questions about some things, and my son told him, he said, well, first off, because my uncle kept referring to him as a little boy, and he was like, yeah. And so my son said, he said, well, first off, I'm not that 7-year-old kid you met years ago. He said, I am a grown man. And if you want to have this conversation and to continue this conversation, we're going to respect each other. And so my uncle just kept trying to tell him that he was a little boy and that he needed to respect him. And so my son said, he said, now listen, I have tried to be respectful to you, but you keep trying to belittle me and down talk to me. He said, and I'm not going to let you do that. He said, when you met me, I was 7 years old and I was respectful then. He said, and I'm trying to be respectful now, but you're not allowing me to do that. You want me to respect what you're saying, but you're talking to me as if I don't have the right to correct you in how you're speaking to me. And so my uncle ended up getting mad and hanging up the phone on my son. And then he called me back. and said that I was being disrespectful because I allowed my son to talk to him in that manner. I said, no, I allowed my son to defend himself against an adult who did not know how to communicate effectively. I said, my children have the right to speak to someone and take up for themselves if they feel like the person is speaking to them in a tone or in a manner which they don't feel is being respectful. I said,
Mm-hmm.
so you want to say that since you're 60 something years old that he simply has to respect you because of your age, but you're not being respectful to him. And he was trying very well, and my son came to me and apologized. He was like, Mom, sorry, I wasn't trying to go there. Son, you good with me, honey? You ain't got to apologize because you did what you were supposed to do.
And I think for that, I totally understand him. So for me, my pet peeve is do not